Well, welcome everyone.
Hello.
All right, welcome to another edition of Mid States Live. We are here in Nebraska, and for those that are watching out on YouTube and over on Hot Wheels TV and here on our page, thank you all. Howdy, howdy.
How's it
We're going to
going?
get our feeds going here. We do have a good guest for us tonight. We have Mr. Mike Zarnock coming on. He's been on the show before, so we've asked him to come back, and he's been very grateful and happy to be back on the show. So we'll get that going here in just a second. We do have a few house cleaning items, as we always do. Just remember, keep it clean, as always. Greta, Nick, Lincoln's Hot Wheels Show, and Jaden, how are you guys? Miss Deb, Mr. Derek, how are you all? If we don't see your name, it's because you haven't allowed StreamYard access to your page. So if you have time to do that, there are some instructions on our page to do that. So we do have some great stuff tonight. We found some old archive videos that we had some questions about, and we're gonna look back on that as well.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yes, most definitely.
So that's what we're looking for. So PJ, Super Mike, Mr. Derek.
So let's just quick talk about this past weekend show. I know you couldn't make it because you had some other obligations, but Norfolk was great. We had the highest turnout, I think, at a Norfolk show since the start of the pandemic and since we left the VFW.
Derek is there now.
Derek's there now. So we had that. We had record turnout. Lots of great vendors, lots of great people, lots of good racing. I think the kids were super happy with it all the way around. Mr. Starr, how are you? Mike got a tour of the house as well, so he got to see the room. Miss Terry, how are you? But let's get into it. I think hey Pancho, how are you? So I think let's get this started because it's going to be a marathon. I think.
I think it might be. Let's just roll
Jonathan, how are you? And without further delay, Mr. Mike Zarnock. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey, guys.
What's going on, Mike?
Well, it's been
It's a good looking shirt you got there.
We're all the same tonight.
I don't know. Mine looks like it's lighter than everyone else's.
Yours is a little bit more worn or washed.
I have 4 of them, so.
I think I have 2 or 3 of them. I wear them all the time. I wear them around the house. And
they're comfortable.
Yeah, they're great. So thank you guys for giving them to me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't even know if Paisley still fits into hers. Is she outgrown it?
You know what? She's just getting really, really tall.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Tall works.
And Peyton is getting so big. Peyton's probably going to wear it.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. Pass it on down.
Yeah.
Just keep reusing
Who let the old guy in? That's Reagan.
Hi, Reagan. I wonder what you were doing. I didn't know if you were out, working in the field or.
Oh, he probably is.
Birthing cows or fixing a truck or fixing a tractor.
Probably.
It never stops. Never stops.
No, he does
not. Well, it's been about a year, hasn't it? It's around a year.
Could be. I mean, to me, a week is like a year. So always so much going on.
No, it's been about a year. Great to have you back on again. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on. Oh, there's that old guy comment.
Fun with you guys.
So for those that you don't know who Mike is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I that. Oh man. I did celebrate my 20th year this year of my first book. written 14 books on Hot Wheels, held 3 Guinness World Records, TV shows, do a lot of the History Channel stuff, you name it, and if it's about Hot Wheels, I did it. So
nice,
very cool,
yeah.
very cool.
I don't like to brag, but you know.
No, I don't think you are at all. You're being very honest.
None of us do.
No. Okay, so those of you who watched last year, we did the serious interview. This is going to be a little bit different tonight. Mike has already seen the questions, so he already knows. So let's get started. And of course, we'll take your all's questions too. All right. How much time? Well, we're going to start off with a serious one. How much time does it take to prepare for an episode of Hot Wheels TV?
You know, it all depends on what the episode's about. If I do a case opening, opening the case usually takes 45 minutes to an hour. Then I have to cut it down. There's usually 250 to 300 pictures. You know, if there's 72 cars, and of course I do all the different angles of the the cars. But it's usually about 8 hours of editing.
Wow.
Yeah. So the shorter ones I can do in a day, actually. Like the one I did the other day on the Zamak cars and the Target Red cars. I shot it in the morning. I edited it during the day, and I probably had it out by 7 o'clock at night. So it's the editing, the pictures and making them all the right size and have it all go with with what I'm talking about at that time.
Yeah.
So,
without any distractions.
There's a lot of distractions. I got my both my granddaughters, and then the dogs want to go out, and then the dogs want to come in, and the somebody's at the door, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, a lot of distractions.
I'm just reading the comments here. This is fun. Mr. Wiggins pops in and says, "Oh, OMG, Zarnock, really?" And then Reagan says, "I thought it was Chris Walker." So I'm just enjoying the comments over here on the side.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
If anybody has ever been to any of the events that we all go to, it never stops. Whether it's Wiggins or Walker or Brendan Vituski or anybody, it's just it's a laugh, one laugh after another.
Texas team moving.
Hey, don't worry, Joe. We're gonna have you on one of these too. So
yeah, we gotta get that done too.
Yep.
All right. So another quote unquote serious question: how has your teaching background influenced teaching others in the hobby?
I had a great stepdad. He taught me how to learn, and he taught me how to teach without letting anybody know you're teaching them.
Okay.
So, especially with kids, if a kid thinks you're trying to teach them something, he's not going to pay attention. So if you sneak it in there, and it makes it a lot easier, and you can see when a kid, when the light bulb comes on, and it's like, oh, really? And that's the light bulb moment for me. When I see that they get it, that's the cool part.
Nice. So
as far as teaching people about the hobby, as you can see in any of my episodes of Hot Wheels TV, I always throw in something. And I always throw in educational stuff, about the hobby, or a story of me growing up, or something in there. But it just comes natural, I guess. I don't know. It's not something that I force,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm a natural teacher. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. I just try to get my point across, and sometimes I talk way too much. Like a lot of the TV shows that I do, the first thing all the producers say, all right, that was pretty good. Now let's cut that into like that much from, that much.
Which is never any fun, because you always lose that good story part.
Right. Yeah. So Apparently, I
Sorry.
talk way too much.
That's
I've
fine,
never
'cause,
heard that.
you know, just speaking from my own experiences, I know that I've learned a lot from either, you know, from lots of listening and just hanging out with you. And one of the mottos that I stick with is because of when you bought this car at the garage sale,
Yep.
when you found it at the garage sale,
Yep.
yeah. So that's one of my mottos. You know, it's not my job to tell you what you have. So
You know, it's a hobby, you know, and
hmm
if I could teach somebody how to have fun with it and not go crazy with it, you know, I found that for a buck, and if I could find it for a buck, everybody else can too. You know, just you got to look, you know.
I think I paid like 20 for mine, but still.
Even then, 20 is, you know, a heck of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great car.
But you know what to look for.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, from just reading, I've got your books, I've got Chris's books, I even have Joe's books.
There you go.
Just that having that knowledge. I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes that knowing what you're looking at means it helps a lot. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
stumble across a loose pen at a toy show and you'll be like, I know what that is. What do you want for this? Give me a quarter. Here you
There you
go. And it helps out. So.
How many times have you left someplace and a month later you go, oh I saw that and I didn't know what that was, you know? I still do it.
I don't think I get that lucky and find those really crazy ones. I just, the only one that I ever legitimately turned down was I found the RLC 67 Camaro in a 50-cent bin.
The golf.
Because it had rolled into the bin. And I said, so everything in here is 50 cents? He goes, yeah. I said, everything? He goes, yes. I said, everything? And he goes, well, now you got me second guessing. And I had it in my hand like this, and I showed him, and he goes, oh, no, thank you. So, but within reason.
That's the bad thing about being a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because I'll go to a flea market or whatever, and I'll start talking to a lady or whatever. And you can tell when people are nice people or people that are trying to take advantage of others. So if this lady is a nice person, I'll say, you really shouldn't have this for $2. This car is worth, like a couple $100.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know a lot of people get mad at me for doing that, but, that's just like you said, are you sure that you want to sell this for 50 cents?
Yeah.
But that's what you get for being a nice guy.
Yep.
So
I've told people about Zowies before too. Like, you might want to check the price on this one.
All right. So we got our first question tonight from Lincoln's Toy Show out in Chicago. It says, in your time collecting, what was the most memorable part?
Oh, man.
That's a wide one.
Years.
That's a very open question.
The best part of collecting is all the people that I've gotten to meet, like you guys and just all the other collectors that are out there, what they collect, how they collect. I've made so many lifetime friendships from just from collecting, these little toy cars. And but yeah, I mean, I don't know, just there's been a lot, and it's what 55 years now this year. So,
okay, so sorry, didn't mean to.
No. I'm talking too much. So
no.
You're the producer.
I don't know. Somebody letting me be in charge of something. That's a scary thought. So speaking of meeting people, so that leads me to my next question. How and when did you meet Walker?
Oh, man. I want to say when we both got inducted into the Diecast Hall of Fame back in 2009. He was doing the his haulers, the flatbed haulers. I have almost all of them. Can you believe it? I can't think of the name of them right now. Walker, help me out here. But yeah, he was doing those. And actually, I think Joe Kelly I was working with Joe Kelly. We were doing car room TV, and Joe Kelly interviewed Chris for the haulers that he was doing, and I met him, and we talked, but nothing. We didn't get to be really good friends until much later. We would say hi, how you doing, this and that,
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't know when. It seems like we've been friends forever, brothers forever. But I 09 was probably when we first officially met. So
Mr. Walker wants to know if you are a
No,
closet Ford
that's
or
Mr.
Wiggins.
That was Mr. Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Mr. Wiggins, what's his question?
He wants to know if you're a closet Ford collector.
There are a lot of Fords that I do like, and Joe knows that, but I always have to tease him about his Mustangs.
They are nice, though.
Yeah. But you know how those Mustang guys are. They can't keep the cars on the wheels most of the time. Upside down, sideways, But
behind every other car.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of Fords that I do like, especially the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we always had Ford Wreckers. My dad always had Ford Wreckers.
Nice.
And but yeah, I do like some of the Fords. The 390s, 427, especially Ford 27 side oilers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
nice.
I would own a Ford.
All right, so Lincoln's Toy Show has another question. He wants to know what you think of the hobby as it currently stands right now.
The hobby now, I've been seeing people spending really, really crazy money for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Things that were $50 like 2 years ago, or $250, $300 now. I don't know what happened, but things have really, really gotten crazy. But
yeah.
There are a lot of collectors out there. People collect all kinds of different stuff. Yeah. There's guys that collect just treasure hunts, super treasure hunts. Yeah, I mean, I love. I was saying earlier that to have all that new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Not normal.
No.
But no, I mean, there's everybody collects different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like my stuff, I got.
I mean, that's amazing.
Old stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But,
small shots. I saw the small shots in the background there.
Yeah. There's. Where are they?
There they are.
There. Yep.
And then right by the supercharger box. So
yeah, there's a track set of. Behind it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I like being a historian. I like the old stuff. So there's people out there that buy all the new stuff, super treasure hunts and everything else. So whatever you want to collect, that makes you happy. People write me all the time. What should I collect? What should I buy? What's going to be worth a lot of money down the road? I don't know. But it's a hobby, and have fun with it. If you want to make money, put your money in the bank. It's not, it's for fun.
And so, Ken actually missed a question over on your Hot Wheels TV. It's from Mr. Rich Jensen, and he said, "Do you think people are overpricing, especially for the RLC stuff?"
Prices are what people want to pay for them. People always write me, what do you think this is worth? What do you think that is worth? To me, they're all dollar cars.
Except for the RLC ones.
Well, I mean, whatever you want to pay for it. So
yes, true.
Like Bruce's beach bomb. Would I pay $72,000 for that? No. But Bruce did.
Yeah.
Because he can. And that's what he wanted,
So speaking of Bruce, Have you ever thought about opening a Hot Wheels museum similar to his?
Where you been? I had my museum for many years at the Children's Museum in Utica.
Nice.
And there were 12 7-foot rooms there. But yeah, I mean, if I could find someplace to put my stuff, I would need like 20,000 square feet to do. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, because I have stuff from 68 to probably to today, but most of everything from up until 95, 96, all the track sets in place,
right?
All that stuff that go with it. So I could do a room for every year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fill that room with
Nice.
cars and track sets and like I said, socks, underwear, toothpaste, shaving kits, sunglasses, you name it. I got.
We're going on walkabout.
We're talking about roller skates the other day.
Oh yeah. Somebody posted those. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then there's
top speed barrel set. Nice.
Yeah. And but I've got all of that. All of like some people go for all the Corvettes and stuff like that. I go for all the track sets. So all the top speed sets I have. Dynamite Crossing. I got the Spider-Man and Snake and Mongoose, new ones and old ones, and all the turbo track sets and stuff like that. So, but so having a museum filled, with every year, 55 years, even 40 years, I'd need 40 rooms.
It takes up a little bit of space.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I also have stuff that like I said, bathroom stuff, toothbrushes and shower stuff and shower curtains and towels and you name it. So
we got to do a taste test on that Aquafresh toothpaste.
Oh, could you imagine what that tastes like now?
Oh, I don't even want to know if it would come out a liquid or a solid.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be like water.
Either way, I'm not volunteering myself for that one.
I mean, I did it for the MR2. How has Facebook or social media impacted the hobby in general, or how has it changed it?
It's helped people find stuff. Before the internet, you could only find stuff at toy shows and events, things like that. Where now people have websites and marketplace and all that. It's helped people connect to other people that collect the same kind of stuff you do. That's how I met a lot of the early guys like Jimmy Garbachewski and Carl Pompanio. We all hung out in the AOL chat rooms back in 95, 96. So and that's what this website.
So, just went way back.
yeah. I mean, when the internet first came around, it was Rec Toys on AOL, and we met so many people, and it was like we were all variation collectors, and but I think it's helped the hobby. I as far as prices go, I think it up until the past couple of years, it's leveled out the playing field with prices, like eBay and stuff, because they were readily available around the world. At one time, some things were only available in certain areas. Now you can get them anywhere. So, but since the pandemic, prices have gotten really, really crazy, and I don't think it's because people were getting 3 times as much unemployment to stay home, and they just had nothing to do with the money. So But yeah, prices have gotten really, really crazy. And for me to even pay attention to any of the prices, there's no way.
I don't think you can really keep up. They
No,
change
no, they change every day. Every day. I'm looking at
minute by minute.
that deal or no deal page,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing stuff on there. $35. It's like,
Yeah. Every time I see something pop up, I'm like, I think I have that. It's like
a lot
that's
of
what
those.
that's what those are going for. Oh, that's crazy.
I was happy to get my Dodge Aries wagon for like $20-$25 off of that page. I considered myself lucky. It just seems like that page, if it doesn't start out at $100, it's not going anywhere.
I see nothing wrong with the page.
No, not at all.
But when I see something that is, to me, is a $5 or $10 piece, and somebody's already offering up to $65, and the guy says, "Thanks, but no thanks," and I'm like, why? Why is it, so,
what are you reaching for?
Yeah, no, but I mean, what makes it? I mean, when you go to a toy show, they're not that much, but
no,
I don't know. So
yeah, and I want to make sure we get, because I'm keeping my eye on our page and your page as well. And the next question that we have for Mr. Willie Washington.
Hey, Willie.
What's up, Willie? He said, when is Mr. Zarnock going to update the accessories book?
Well,
that's a good question, because I want to know too.
Question. I'm always updating everything on my computer, of course. I spend hours and hours. It's funny because I'll see something on eBay and then I'll just search that whole day for that one, 5-pack stuff, or it's just something that I will look for all of them and see what they're doing. But getting prices, as we just talked about, is really, really hard. For me to put a price on anything, like we just said, it changes daily now. Before, it would kind of peak and then would stay there, but now I can't put a price on anything.
Yeah, is for me, it's almost, you could almost leave the prices out of the whole book in general and just make it about the knowledge part of it, and that's what I like.
What I originally did, and when I got my first, because I don't self-publish. I had booking or a publishing deal,
right?
And I did that. My first book was just variations, and they said that they would do it, and I said cool. And then they said, but where's the prices? And I said, it's not about prices. It's about the variations. It's about the toys. They said, well, we do price guides, and if you can't put prices on it, then we can't publish what you have. So I had, I went back. It took me a year to put prices to everything that I had.
Yeah. And they're obsolete as soon as the book gets printed, so it doesn't really matter.
Even before, because that's, if I write a book today, it's going to take me maybe 6 months to write that book. Then it's going to go to the publisher. They're going to edit it for 6 to 8 months. Then it's going to come back to me, and I have to check all of their editing. Then it's going to go back to them, and it's going to take them 3 to 6 months to print it.
Yeah.
So those prices are 1.5 to 2 years old.
Yeah.
When the book comes out.
Yeah. I like what Joe says. He says 1 through 5 star rating for rarity instead of prices.
Right. I think what do you call it? South Texas did that.
Yep.
And Robinator, great guy, knows his stuff definitely.
Mm-hmm. I sat down with him in Atlanta.
Yeah, super cool guy.
Yeah, Atlanta.
And that's another way of doing it, which I would love to do. But like I said, anybody who's paying anyone to do a book, they want prices, and of course that's the first thing again that people ask me: what's this worth? What can I get for this? What can I get for that? So that's what people want. What is this worth?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, so Greta wants to know, what's your favorite snack?
My favorite what?
Snack.
Snack.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Geez. Man, I don't know.
There's a curveball.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for that one. I like Cheetos. Let's see. I like pork rinds. Believe it or not, hot pork rinds.
There you go. Have you tried the ghost pepper ones?
No. I want to enjoy it. It's like chicken.
Yeah.
Wings,
Yeah.
I don't want them so hot that I can't enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
Garlic parm.
A little bit of zip here and there. But geez, I don't know. Cheetos and the cheese. Walker, Marshall Walker gets them for me.
Oh, the cheese curds.
Cheese curds, yeah.
Yes.
Cheese,
the squeaky cheese.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
must have some squeaky cheese.
But yeah, I love cheese curds, and believe it or not, celery and blue cheese. Just get that in there. Yeah.
Celery and ranch. But that's a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, But yeah, I'm not. I'm easy to please. You guys know that.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so we want to share a picture with everybody, and then I want you to kind of tell us about what's in the picture.
Okay, I better put my glasses on here.
Yes. Let me get this tab up here.
You didn't get that picture from Walker, did you?
No. This is the picture itself. And do you know any one of those people?
Well, that guy was at my house last summer, Reagan, and Little Z. Marcia Walker did Little Z. That was quite a surprise when she did that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Reagan. I met Reagan. Well, when I met you, you guys picked me up and from the airport.
Yep.
And we had a ball.
Is Little Z gonna make an appearance this year?
That is all up to Marcia. Marcia is actually Little Z went to Reagan's house and or to the farm and spent a lot of time at the farm.
Yes, he even made it to a Hot Wheels show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where he's at, right there. He's at our Ashland Toy Show.
Yeah,
right.
we have since moved out of that building, but yeah, he got to hang around for a little bit. I just think it's super cool that there's a mini you.
Well, like I said, Marcia did that. She surprised me with it one day. I was like, what the heck? Walker, Chris and Marcia do all kinds of wacky stuff that involve me. So, we went to Chicago that one time and had he's not here. The stand-up of me with the great big head.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something. So that's why I ask, did you get this from Walker first?
No.
You never know what's happening.
Yeah, see, and I love all the T-shirts that you guys end up with.
Well, yeah, it's always something weird. We have one coming up for the Nationals. I can't say anything about it, but
that's perfectly fine. We'll wait, and then once we find out, we'll post a picture and we'll let everybody else see it.
I actually did one with Wiggins on it a couple of years back. We were the Three Stooges. So it was Chris, Wiggins, and me. I was Mo. Wiggins was Larry, and Chris was Curly. So.
Okay, so we've got another question here. I think this came from the Hot Wheels TV group.
Yep. Mike Delabas.
Mike says hi, first of all, and he goes, he's wanting to know why Missouri isn't getting any Hot Wheel cars or premiums, and he checks all the times, but they're just not coming in.
A lot of it has to do with the stores and what the stores order, depending on how they get their stuff. There's
Mhm.
many times that here in Central New York we don't get things for. I mean, our Target is probably empty. Yeah, so it all depends on the store and how they order. Now, you always hear me talk about my buddy Brent, who always finds me stuff.
It's not
He,
me. It's
nope,
another Brent.
the other one. I think you guys met him. He came to North Carolina with us.
Oh, I
There's
think so.
there's a
Yeah,
good
Yeah,
possibility. I
Yeah.
he was
believe
in the
so.
room with you.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he actually works at the Walmart distribution center. So when he sees stuff coming in and he goes, well, it's here, whether it's going to get to our Walmart or the Herkimer Walmart, or we have like 5 or 6 Walmarts within 40 miles or so. It all depends on what the store orders, not
Mm-hmm.
not Mattel.
Yeah.
We had something a little similar going on over here, but we had one guy who was very dedicated, who every time he'd order something on the Walmart app, or he just constantly get these survey questions, and he'd send them in. And Walmart did read it, and they go, well, what can we do about this? And they changed some things up, and now all of a sudden we have cars again.
Good.
So
Yeah.
That's another outlet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good to be able to communicate with the store managers or higher up or whatever. If your store doesn't get anything, find out why. But there's really nothing. It's not Mattel. Of course, Mattel would want to have your store filled. Yeah.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
The more stuff that your store gets, the more money they make.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, how does Hot Wheel collecting interfere with your Bigfoot hunting?
It really doesn't, because when I'm on the hunt for Bigfoot, I get to check out all the stores. So, if we go way, way up north, because Tina loves to go for rides, we always, hit every store we can find, looking for Hot Wheels. And of course, if Bigfoot is hanging out somewhere, like last year we went to Maine, and I went all the way out there and still didn't see Bigfoot. So, but
Nice.
we had a good time.
Well, maybe we'll have to do that sometime this way. I got a sticker I forgot to send you. I got to go when I go down to Fremont to the gas station where I found it. I'll pick it up again and have it for you.
Now, does everybody know about the whole Bigfoot thing that we,
No, not really. I think that's a good story that needs to be told.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we are all avid Bigfoot hunters, along with the Hot Wheel hunter
and Reagan.
Definitely Reagan.
Yep.
I think it started when we were driving around in Sioux City, and we saw something on the back of somebody's bumper.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about license plates and bumper stickers, and you guys were talking about a number.
Oh, yeah.
Plates saying where each where the people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In Nebraska, the first number tells you what county you're from,
right?
And you can, certain areas, who they're all from. In this one county, it's 40 County, it's Pierce County. They can't drive, so we always thought they were hunting for Bigfoot or trying to avoid Bigfoot.
A lot of them had Bigfoot stickers on the back window and on the.
This is true.
So
now, if you see all letters, that's Omaha, Lincoln, or Bellevue. So there's your Nebraska license plate message for tonight. Oh, let's see here. Again, we are taking questions from everybody as well. Again, I think this is back over on Hot Wheels TV. They find that they're way far behind. We were in the same boat too. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, we're playing catch up. I don't know.
Yeah. And see, with the Midwest, it's like everybody on. I can't get my finger small enough. Let's see here, because I'm on such a small screen. Everything on the East Coast, and the West Coast starts where everything. That's where the distribution hubs are, and then it trickles down to the Midwest, and it's like we're in the center. So, like, everybody be posting like, "Oh, I found this super," and you're like, "Yeah, all right, cool. I'll start looking for that here in about 3 weeks."
6 months.
when it gets down here. So
Well,
we definitely feel the pain
Australia,
of missing stuff. So
the guys
Oh,
from
yeah.
Australia are the ones that get it everything first.
That's
You
true.
know, I'll post something and they'll go, "Hey, mate, we've had that for like 2 months here," you know, and
yeah,
it's like, but I would think that you guys in the Midwest would have some kind of distribution. We're going to have to ask Brent, the other Brent,
Mhm.
about distribution centers in the Midwest, because they have to have them.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
I mean,
Oh, they're there. Uh-oh.
you know. So,
sort of-
but even ours, you know, I've asked Brent about it, and he said since we're on the East Coast, it does take a while for the stuff from California, since it's offloaded in California
Yeah.
mhm.
here, so it takes quite a while to get it to us here. So actually, you guys should get it before we do on the East Coast.
I'm sure when the ports were all backed up a year and
that
a
was
half
crazy.
ago, that was crazy. I'm sure that had to play into it. Okay, so where's your favorite place been to eat while at convention? Like a restaurant or just a hole in the wall place?
I got to tell you, I'm from New York. You know that.
Yeah.
And we have great food. I mean, there was a food show on the other night that talked about Utica, New York, where I live, about the greens and all the Italian food. So it's tough for me to go places and get good food. Like, and when I'm in LA, it's terrible. I can't even get breakfast. I like potatoes in the morning. I like nice greasy, buttery eggs and toast and sausage. And in LA, everybody is like, you know, eating bark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go to the guy, you know, because sometimes they have somebody making omelets and waffles and stuff. I say, here, take these potatoes, take a big glob of butter, and fry these potatoes up nice and greasy. And the guy looks at me like I'm weird, you know. It's hard for me to get any decent food. I have with you guys, you know,
Yeah.
in the Midwest. Was it Famous Dave's? That was a good place.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, so again, that perfect timing. We're going to go right into another little video that we have for you. So let's cue this up. And when it's done, why don't you just kind of explain the story here behind that?
Okay.
Let me get that closed out.
Close all these windows.
Mike, try to pull it out. So if I don't make it next year,
Play it one more time.
try to pull it out.
Well, for some reason, everybody likes to say it's my birthday wherever we go. So we'll get, you know, a big piece of cake or brownie or something, and then we all share it. And there were a whole bunch of new people, new friends that we made at that dinner. Was it? Did you text me?
You text me.
I texted you. Said, what are we doing for dinner? And you said you were already eating.
Yeah, we're next. He said we're next door over at Famous Dave's.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we're on our way. And I looked at Kent and I said, you got about 5 minutes to figure this out.
So yeah, me and Chris and Marcia come wandering over there.
Yep. That was good times.
Yes, it
But
was. It was fun.
It's always wacky, you know. We have fun. Nobody gets nobody's stuck up, or nobody gets upset. I mean, that's the fun of it.
I can honestly say the Whitvers who were with us, they were from the Des Moines Club. They were over the moon. They thought it was the greatest thing that they were getting to have dinner with Mike and Chris and Marcia, and Nick and Sandy were there as well. They loved it too. They thought it was great. And then Miss Deb and her brother were there too, and it was like, we're kind of two tables. We'll put it kind of together, and we made it work.
Yeah,
so it was fun.
We had fun. And that was everybody wanted to eat, and we were making jokes with the waitress and everything else.
We made it happen.
That's what I like the best about the events, that we do. We just get together and have fun and laugh, and even if we don't buy any Hot Wheels or talk about Hot Wheels, we just get together and have fun,
Yeah.
So that's the cool part.
The best part, I think, for me about that whole weekend was just being able to walk around and actually go Hot Wheel hunting with you. And we're sitting there comparing notes. So I was like, did you see that? I said, oh, yeah, I saw this. But what did you think about that one? So that was pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
Doug Robertus wants to know, have you ever been to the greatest state ever, which is Nebraska?
Yes. Yeah, I actually flew into Nebraska last year because the first time I flew into Sioux City, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Petticoat Junction and
Yes.
Green Acres.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think, Mr. Drucker. He was the mayor. He was the postmaster. He was the guy that ran a general store. Every time you turned around, there was Mr. Drucker. And that's what it was like at the Sioux City airport. The woman that unlocked the door, I walked in there and, I'm sitting there waiting and she opens the curtain and there she is. She's, taking my ticket. So she takes my ticket and then I walk over to the what do you call it there? Where
luggage rack?
Yeah, and she's there taking your luggage. And then, where they wand you and all that,
Mm-hmm.
And she's got the wand. And it's like, I'm looking and, so then.
Maybe it was just you.
Maybe it was a set of triplets or something,
Then we walk out onto the tarmac to walk up the stairs to the plane,
shoot.
And she was the stewardess.
Oh, wow.
So, it was just like Green Acres and Petticoat Junction.
If you come back out this way, we'll have to take you to Minami, which is a town of one.
Okay.
It has a liquor license too.
Yeah.
The one person is the mayor, and she always issues a liquor license to her own bar. So
yeah, to herself. There you go.
Exactly.
So speaking of other food, how did you rate Bob's Bar?
I love Bob's. Oh my God, Bob's Bar is amazing. I hope you guys like Bob's Bar as much as I do.
I haven't had the privilege yet.
Oh,
we have been up there a couple times. We actually had a club meeting up there, and just kind of. I mean, when they say a plate of fries, they mean a plate of fries.
Yeah, I mean a dinner or even a like huge. We got a cheeseburger and fries and onion rings and fried mushrooms. There was so much food, we couldn't eat it all.
Nice.
We could not eat it all.
There's no way.
There was Aaron. There was Chris Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Marcia was there. Aaron's, I think a couple of Aaron's daughters were there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just the portions were so big, but they were good. You know what I mean? You can give me a ton of stuff, and if it's not good, forget it. But all the food at Bob's was just so good. Oh yeah, the burger was huge.
Like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
And the best part is cash or check only, no cards.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. I waddled out of that bar. Yeah. So yeah, it was really, really good.
Wiggins is questioning your Bigfoot expertise.
I'm not an expert on Bigfoot, but I'm always looking, and his name is Daryl, actually. So, but yeah, we just go walking through the woods yelling out Daryl, and he's never yelled back.
Yeah, because he's hiding.
Yeah. Mike wants to know, what's your first Hot Wheels memory?
My first Hot Wheels memory, I rode my Stingray bicycle down to W.T. Grant's, which was in this little strip mall that we have, that's actually still there. And I was looking for Tom Daniel models. I was building Tom Daniel models, and I was waiting for Tom Daniel models to come out. So I walked into WT Grant, walked down to the toy aisle, and right where the models used to be is a great big display of Hot Wheels. And it was like, oh my God, there they are. I mean, I was into Matchbox and I think it was Corgi Jr., Husky, all that stuff. And here is Hot Wheels with superchargers and trick paint and mag wheels and slicks and red line tires. It's like, wow, man, it was amazing. And that was it. I mean, I fell in love instantly, and the rest is history. I mean, I've had to have Hot Wheels since then.
Nice. Let's see. We've got another question here. Let's see. We've got a couple highs to Richard Allen Tripp out of Iowa. What celebrity would you like to talk Hot Wheels with?
Well, there's a lot of them actually that are out there that they do collect. Probably Chris Titus. I know that
Okay.
Titus is a
Yeah.
big collector. Red lines, and he's a good friend of Carson Lev, who was a good friend of mine. But I've never been able to corner Chris when I've been out in LA. I talk to Henry Yamada all the time. Henry's been in so many different movies. It's just so cool to see him all the time and then watch him on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, probably Chris Titus.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be.
Because
definitely.
I've gotten to meet Chris about 2 or 3 times going to his comedy shows.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've met him and his wife Rachel, and I follow him and listen to their podcasts and stuff like that. So I enjoy Chris, and I really had enjoyed his television show back in the the 90s. It was just so much fun to watch, and he's actually in one of my favorite movies, but he doesn't actually if you go onto the IMDb, he's actually credited, but if you look at the movie ends at the credits, he's not listed because it's such a minute part. But he was actually in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Really?
Yes, and he hates it because one of the last times I went and saw him, I took my copy of my Blu-ray copy and I had a couple of his movies, and I wanted him to sign them all. And at the bottom, I hit Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and he slid it, and he goes, "Son of a expletive," He's like, "There's always got to be one guy or one person that knows this movie," and I'm like, "It's one of my favorite movies." So,
that's the thing with being famous. You and not that I'm. Well, I guess I'm kind of famous, but there's things that people know about me that I don't know about me. So,
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, yeah. So yeah, when that happens, it's like, oh man, how did they know about this?
Right?
Yeah. That's why I work for I used to work for the NSA. Oh no, I didn't.
Uh-oh. How big's my file?
So, are we going to have a Walker Zarnock presidential run again?
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't screw it up any more than the guy out there now is doing. So,
fair.
We would probably, we'd have a lot of fun with it, But
yeah,
I think Aaron made all those signs last time, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was the one that made those stickers for you. I've got one on my bag now, actually, along with a few others that I've picked up along the way.
Well, now, wasn't there a Walker and Warnock in the past election, like for Congress or something?
Could be.
Year? So
there could have been.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. Okay.
I'm not much of a political guy. I just want the right guy to do the right job and do what you get paid for.
I think we all do. That would be something. Okay, so Mike Starr has his question. He goes, "What is your most rare piece?"
Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of rare pieces. As I'm looking around, I like, to me, rare stuff. Like I've got the red line cases. Let's see. Can we?
Yeah.
You see the gray
Yep.
one with the red.
Yep.
And then below that is actually the blue one with the maroon on it.
Yep.
To me, that's the rare stuff. That's the stuff that I like. I like the accessories, stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I go for anything that I don't have. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like asking me what's my most expensive Hot Wheel. I really don't know. But I do have a lot of rare stuff that that I've only seen one of. Well, actually, hang on.
Uh-oh. He's going deep into the archives. That didn't sound good.
Now this.
Ooh.
Eight cars set.
Yeah. Now there's
jump track and launcher.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those before.
This is from the UK.
There we go.
I'm trying to think. I'm so bad with names. Trying to think his name. McNeil, maybe, but from the UK. Sent me that.
That's cool.
So yeah, so there's stuff from other countries, that I have that I've never seen before, and this is one piece that I've never seen, and I got one. So
there you go.
What else? I have.
Oh wow!
With Otto Cooney's signature.
Oh, there you go.
Otto did all the artwork on these.
Wow,
very nice.
Yeah, just stuff like that. To me that's rare to me. What else we got hanging around here? I don't know. There's just so many things that you don't normally see.
Yeah, I think it's the unique stuff, the one-offs, the very limited runs sort of things is what it would probably be rare. Lincoln's Toy Show wants to know if you ever met Mr. Handler.
No, Mr. Handler died before I became who I am in the Hot Wheel world. I didn't get to go to the design center and hang out with the designers until probably, definitely after Handler died. So, but yeah, he was one guy that I would like to have met.
I think even Miss Ruth would have been really awesome to meet as well.
I think so. Just to listen to her stories, his stories. It's great that I've gotten to interpret his story, for Hot Wheels history, for the 50th and also for the toys that built America.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah,
it's become a series now, and I'm actually still watching it. So.
Oh yeah, it is. And
they're talking about like the He-Man figures and GI Joes and.
Yeah, and you learn a lot from it.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's just I like toys, so listening to all of those knowledge of getting, how He-Man came about and how GI Joes came about and stuff like that, and the Star Wars figures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a neat show.
Well, and Mattel turned it down.
Mattel. Wow. Yep. Mattel turned down Star Wars.
Oopsies.
Yeah, well,
and that's when Kenner picked him up. So
yeah,
right.
It's just the luck of the draw and how things play out, and
Well, you can't have everything.
No,
I mean,
you can't.
Hot Wheels, Barbie, Hot Wheels. I mean, she paid the bills. She kept us around. I can't say no to that.
Nope.
Evan wants to know, how long have you been customizing, or have you ever customized, I guess?
I don't customize. I don't have that kind of time. My son Chris does it. And of course, Walker is the king. So
Your other son, Chris?
my other son Chris. My brother Chris.
There you go.
But no, I mean, I used to, when I was a little kid, I used to do my my slot cars and my Matchbox cars, and soup them up, to make them look like the cars on the street. And of course, that's when Hot Wheels came out, and I didn't have to do that anymore. So, but yeah, I would love to have the time to to customize Hot Wheels, but I if I'm going to have that kind of time, I'd put it into my truck.
Yes. Speaking of overkill, how hard have you lobbied to get that turned into a Hot Wheel?
I really don't have to lobby. I just call up Brian and say, "Hey, let's make Overkill a Hot Wheel," and he says, "Yeah, well, maybe." And then
the casting already exists. I'm trying to see if I know there's one there somewhere.
What are you?
You sound really bad there, buddy.
You sound like Darth Vader for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was saying that there's already the casting already exists.
Well, that's a
It's the wrong year, but
Oh no, but we got to shorten that one up. That's an extended cab, and that's the thing too. They would have to make a whole new casting, because mine is just a regular cab with a short box. But they're telling me that I have to make it more flamboyant. So and I'm just not one of those flamboyant kind of guys. I can't make it that way. But
I'd say let Walker get a hold of it.
Well, that's the thing too. Walker gets a hold of it. He's been sending me all kinds of ideas of putting the big Hot Wheel, like Sammy McCormick. Have you ever seen his Blazer? He's got the great big Hot Wheel logo on the side of it and all that. I can't see my truck being that way. So
I like it. It's clean.
Right, and yeah, that's what that's the way I look at it. It's the wing is black and the tonneau is black, and it's pretty straightforward business. You know what I mean? It's for going fast, but yeah, I would like them to do it. I mean, heck, I've already had the altered done. I mean. That's one of the greatest accomplishments in my life there. So
most definitely.
But if they do Overkill, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so Lincoln's Toy Show again. He's been a frequent flyer tonight. He wants to know, how do you log your collection for insurance, and I guess not so much. I guess what do you insure versus how much do you insure it for?
If anybody's come to any of my seminars on doing the insurance, having a collector's policy is the only way to go. You don't want to use your homeowner's policy. You don't want to use a rider. You want to have a separate collector's insurance policy, and they are a lot different than your homeowners and the rider. You don't have to schedule pieces unless they're like $2,500 or more. As long as you have photographs or videos of everything that you have, and of course have them all listed. I'm lucky where most of my stuff are in my books, so all I do is say everything that's in this book is mine.
Right. Right.
So yeah, the best thing to do is a lot of people have their stuff logged anyway.
Right.
And, just that's the thing to do. So everything I have, even when I write my books, they're all on Word, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't use Excel or any of those. Oh, look, I'm in the middle now.
Yep. I'm just trying to see if
There
my
we
audio
go.
gets any
You,
better. Okay.
better,
There we
you
go.
fixed.
That's better.
All right.
Okay, so next question up is a Hot Wheels or a hot car if you had to choose one or the other.
Oh man, yeah,
Yes.
I think that they're synonymous. They go together. Everybody who has a real car has Hot Wheels, or a toy car similar to their real car, and vice versa. A lot of people have toy cars because they had or want a real car just like that. So having toy cars is a lot cheaper than having real cars.
Well, that's depending.
No,
I know I've spent more Hot Wheels on more on Hot Wheels than I have on my real cars. So,
but it's people like and I keep bringing up Pascal, but I love Bruce. We're dear friends. Where he can spend $8,000-$10,000 on a Hot Wheel, but I would rather put that 8 or 10 grand into my truck. A transmission, a good transmission is going to be $3-4 grand. A good motor is a short block is going to be 10-15 grand. So would I mean I've got enough Hot Wheels here hanging out, so I'd rather put that kind of big money, or even I'm down to I'm needing 2 numbers for my my collector numbers now. I need number
40.
No, I got it. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, right there. Actually, Tina bought me that. Tina bought me 51, the Woody.
I thought Woody was 40.
No,
And roll, is it?
no, it's a 40 Woodies, or the 40s Woody.
Oh, is it number 51?
Yeah,
Is Roll Patrol 40?
Roll Patrol is 12.
Okay.
That's the one I need. But Tina bought me the Woody, and she bought me the Corvette number 30 when we were in where were we last? Oh, LA.
That was because you got that from Jeff Drew, I think.
I got the Corvette from Jeff Drew, and I got the Woody from Mike Bunge and Mark.
Oh, okay.
Mark. Oh crap! Yeah,
Brent got some cars out of Bungie's room that same show.
Yeah, in LA, and I wasn't even there, and that was thanks to some great friends. I got the last two Leos I've been hunting for my Mercedes. So,
see,
as far as I know, I have every car they've ever made
of the Mercedes
that I'm aware of.
Was there a Benz in that 8-pack set?
Yeah, that's what Nick was saying over on the other channel. He's like, "Was there a Benz in there?" I was like, "Oh, come on."
I don't know. I have to look. Let me go look.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's a black one with Ultra Hots on it.
I think I've got that one.
Is it solid painted? Oh
yeah, there actually is a Mercedes in there. That's epic. Very nice.
Nice. Well, something new to cross off the list.
Well, those 8-packs could be 8 cars at random. I'm looking for the ones that are strategically placed. Like the Leos and the French ones, and
like that white hub.
Right.
The Mexican.
That goes back to the other question there. People collect certain castings. You collect the 380 SCL.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that collect the Corvette. There's people that collect Mustang, like Wiggins. Wiggins has that. Actually, Wiggins sent me this Thrill Driver set with the Mustangs.
Nice.
Wow.
Because he had an extra one and I didn't have one at all. So, but that's the cool thing about the people that are out there collecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I would rather, I don't sell anything, but I'll give it to you. So I mean, and of course, whenever people come here, I give stuff away. But But yeah, it's all in what you collect and how you collect and all that. So
Mr. James Whitver, who was with us at dinner that night, he wants to know, what do you think of people selling RLC cars before they come out?
you know, the people that sell it don't have it yet. So and those are the people that probably use the bots. And eBay isn't supposed to allow people to pre-sell if they don't have the product.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's a big thing, you know, that I've been talking back and forth with the guys at Mattel about, and the bots are just something that have to go. You know, it's just not fair, you know, for so.
I
But
agree.
yeah, I don't think anybody should be pre-selling anything if they don't have it. You know.
No, I mean, that kind of goes back into earlier, I think was it October, November timeframe when the picture of the 62 Ford showed up for Columbus, and we're like, nobody should have that.
Well, there are people out there that have friends that work in the factories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are people that send pictures of Mark and Jennifer's cars before even Mark and Jennifer see them.
Yeah,
This is wrong.
So you know, yeah, it is definitely wrong. You know, you want to say I'm an idiot for saying it? Hey, I just think it's definitely wrong. You know, those are supposed to be surprise things. You know, I sign documents with Mattel every year, you know, non-disclosure agreements. So if they send me something that isn't supposed to be, that won't be released until October 1st, you know, I'm not going to say anything, let alone put pictures out or a video or anything about it until October 1st.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it should be. So, you know, whenever I see something come out like that and I go, Brendan, how come you didn't tell me about that? And he says, well, nobody's supposed to know about that.
He's like, you can't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It honestly ruins the surprise.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. It's like, it just ruins the surprise of seeing this, and you get that awe and shock moment, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, you know, the designers get upset. You know, Matt Gabe, you know, if he's going to announce something on October 1st, you know, here is this color, here is this package, here is whatever, and it comes out in August, he's like, man, you just blew up all my stuff.
Yep.
And
it's got to be a disappointment for those folks too.
It is. You know, all the stuff that you see, these unspun cars, you know, that's just stolen products from off the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the guys at Mattel call them keister cars. Because how else are you going to get them out of there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if you got one, make sure it doesn't smell bad.
That's a lot. That's a lot of work for a Hot Wheel.
Right. But you know. But yeah, we could talk about this all day long, and it's just you know, nothing, and Mattel is going crazy. If they fire one guy for doing it, there's another guy that's going to pick it right back up, you know, and do it. You know, to those guys in Malaysia, you know, $50 or $20 is a lot of money. So.
Yeah, this is very true.
Another question.
Okay, let's get into another question here. Well, speaking of clubs, we've come to another video highlight here. A couple years ago, when all this pandemic stuff started, and we were all kind of going crazy, and we didn't know what to do and how to keep ourselves entertained. Some of us bought a whole bunch of Hot Wheels. Other of us went to YouTube or other social media formats, and they started asking questions. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to queue up this video of you. And for those that don't know, this is you're answering questions about that people sent in, and we've got it queued up to a certain moment here, and we're just going to play it here, and then we'll get your reaction
after the ad. Oh, fail.
Oh man,
I know. That was
You
total.
just get the ad.
There
Skip
we
the
go.
ad. There.
Kent Van Campton, what advice would you give for a new Hot Wheels club that has just recently been established? He also says, thanks and be safe out there. You bet. I'm not leaving the house. So, new Hot Wheels club. You have to get guys that really want to be together with each other, guys that can get along together, guys and girls. Don't go crazy with. We had a club here in Central New York at one time, and some guys would go and buy stuff, and other guys would buy stuff. We'd bring them all to the meeting, and we'd sell them for whatever we had into them. And it got to the point where only one or two guys were buying stuff because everybody else was just, well, why should I go buy stuff when we're going to have stuff at the meeting? So that kind of went south. Then the treasure hunt thing. People wanted $1 million for the treasure hunts, and it just became more of a hassle than anything else. And then when you go for officers, you got the president, the vice president, the secretary, and all that stuff. And a lot of guys, they work. They don't have time to do that kind of stuff. So the big thing is communication. Get together with a bunch of people that really, really want to collect and trade and things like that. Get together with the Hot Wheel newsletter. There's, I'm sure they have all kinds of guidelines and things like that. If you become a chapter member, and when you get to the conventions and the nationals, you get to hang out with those guys. Jimmy Garbaczewski from the newsletter, Carl Pompanio. I think he's in charge of the all of the clubs together. He has a chapter meeting with everybody. So the big thing is, communicate. Get a bunch of guys, a bunch of people together, and just hang out and have fun. That's the thing. Have fun. The Rhode Island Hot Wheels Club, bunch of great people. They put on a great show for many years. Their club is huge, and they all get along. Great, big, super great family. I love those guys. And there's a lot of clubs out there like that. So all depends on what you want to do and the people that you hang out with.
There you go.
Brent Hetrick, what is your favorite final run casting?
Oh,
I got two. The ramp truck, that's definitely a haul stuff, and the wrecker. And if you didn't know, there's two variations on the final run wrecker. I got an email one day from Mike Geralda, who did the graphics on that, and he said, "Hey, did you get the new final run wrecker?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Did you look at the door?" And I said, "Well, not really too good, but I'll go grab it." And I looked at the door, and of course, these are 2003 final run cars. On the door, he put 2002. He said, "What'd you think of that?" That's pretty cool. He said, "Yeah, I did that by mistake." So there's a variation out there, 2002, 2003, on the door for the final run tow truck. So I have both of them that are my favorites.
Okay, that's crazy. That's cool.
So how did it get to be with both of you guys, one right after another?
I don't have a clue.
We don't know. We were going to ask you that question too, because
I didn't know you guys then.
No, that's what's so funny about it. Is like it's literally, oh, here's mine, and then there's Brent's right after that.
That's funny though.
Oh well.
But yeah, that was pretty. I thought that was pretty funny and ironic, and yet here we are 2 years later, having you on the show, and again
for the
second time. Yeah. We just started this thing just to try to keep everybody together because the club itself was maybe about 6 months old at that time, and we were really afraid of if we don't do something to keep everybody together, we're probably going to lose this thing. And, this is kind of what came from it as well. So that was pretty funny. Great moment. Okay, so let's get back into the questions and comments. Mike somebody wants to know, where's all the new stuff? How come all you have is old stuff?
I do have new stuff. It is all put away in everything's backwards here. In one of my storage rooms. There are cases and cases and cases of all the new stuff. And yeah, I mean, I like having all of the old stuff up and out. That's the stuff that means the most to me is the old stuff. As I've said before, a lot of us guys are trying to buy back our childhood, and with the packaging, I'm a big package collector, because I like not only the artwork, but the different eras of Hot Wheels, what I was doing at that time in my life. The Hot Wheels have been the most consistent thing in my life for the past 55 years.
Wow. I've heard you mention that more than once, and
Yeah.
that's awesome that can be, that reliable and that faithful and that positive, because there's a lot of positive things that have come out of Hot Wheels for you and for all of us, really. So that's really cool.
I
Yeah,
have to agree with you.
People, collectors, that have been collecting for a long time. They all collect for different reasons. But to me, it was a time in my life where, I'm sure you guys understand how hectic and crazy and people grabbing at my life all day, every day. So going back to when I was a kid, and all I had to do was, mow the lawn and make my bed and all that, and I would get an allowance to go buy another Hot Wheel. So it just brings me back to the time where I didn't have to worry about anything, So
yes.
Hot Wheels mean a lot. They're a huge part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Wheel hunters wanting to know if we can twist the arms to make Stage Fright come back. I think Brandon really answered this question well in Sioux City last year. It's one of the ones that gets slapped up on the board every year, and it just then the marketing guys get a hold of it and they're like, nah.
Well, that's a big thing. What us collectors want, we're only 30% of the market.
Mm-hmm.
The other 70% are the moms and the grandmas and the little kids. Everybody is always complaining about the fantasy castings and this and that, but we are only 30% of that market. And actually, we're really lucky to have the communication that we do with Mattel, and how they kind of cater to the collector. How many other places can you think of that do that? So being saying, hey, let's do Mike Zarnock's truck, or let's do Stage Fright again, or they need to make money. They need to keep the ball rolling. They need, that's why there's so many JDM things out there, and all of the newer style. You got the Teslas and you got all that stuff.
Yeah, the EV cars and
they have to grab the younger crowd. They have to get them interested in collecting just like we did. When I started collecting, it was all muscle cars, with AC Cobras and Corvettes and Mustangs. And that was the stuff that I saw on the street, Barracudas. So the kids today, BMWs and, the Skylines and things like that. But that's what people collect.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, it was 57 Chevys. Somebody's brother's uncle's dad's next door neighbor had a 57 Chevy. So everybody loved them.
So
now today they have to do all the things that are out there, plus getting like my granddaughter. Ever since she was old enough to crawl, she liked dinosaur cars. So I bought all kinds of dinosaurs and things like that, and that's what got her excited into Hot Wheels. Her first car was the pink Chevy too. She still had it.
There you go.
And then as she got older, it was the Barbie Corvette.
Yep.
And we were racing. She would come in my office and want to set the track up, and we would race and play. So those are the things that got her excited about Hot Wheels, and so. But yeah, we're only 30% of that. So getting them to go back and do the older castings, that stage fright casting, who knows where that is? The molds.
Yeah.
It could be in the trash. It could be at somebody's house.
It could probably be in India, or who knows? Because a lot of that stuff, did go to India or Mexico or France or any of those places.
Venezuela.
Is there a Mexican
stage?
Yeah.
Yes. There is.
Yeah, there's the Malaysian, or there's a Hong Kong, Malaysia, and a Mexican. So
yeah, but
they're all the exact same colors, just different shades of brown.
Yeah. You never know where they ended up, or even if somebody dropped it off the forklift and it was gone.
See, and that's the great thing about fantasy castings, because fantasy castings are the way in, especially for the younger group.
Oh yeah,
and then from there, that's how they become.
It's the gateway drug.
Yes, there you go. There's a street creeper.
Right.
It's on the wall. It's on the wall. I didn't have to move out of my chair to get it. So
for me, it was probably the landlord is the one fantasy casting from back in the day that I grabbed to. That and the Alien, that's another one as well. That's late 80s.
Good Alien.
So
I like them all. All the stuff from way back. To me, they're just it's just a part of the whole.
Yep.
So
like these are fun.
Bone speeders, yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter wants to know, how long does it take you to go through a fresh dump bin?
Ask my wife. We'll go to Walmart, like everybody else, and I'll say I'm going to the to Hot Wheels, of course, like everybody else, and I say, "Where are you going?" She says, "I'm going to the food." So she goes to the food, and if I walk up there and there's a dump bin, I'm going back to get a cart, or as you guys in the South call it, a buggy. I'll go get a cart.
That's a cart.
Well, no, I mean, when y'all want a buggy? What?
Yeah,
buggy?
They also call it Coke too.
Gonna put it in a sack? No, but I'll take a bag. But yeah, I mean, I will take every single car out of there and put it in the cart, and I'll also stack them all up. If you come in a Walmart around here and you see them all stacked up already, one on top of the other and fit really, really nice in the bin, that well, to me, I'm going to go through anyway because I'm going to look for variations. The super treasure hunt and the.
I'm always looking for errors.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm always looking for their own thing, but a lot of guys, will come and first thing that they'll grab is the super treasure hunts, and then they walk away.
Yeah.
Okay, you're leaving me with all the cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll go through the whole bin. I don't care how long it takes. Don't matter to me.
I've been late for work a couple of times doing that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And my wife will leave me at Walmart. She'll say,
I've never been left because I'm normally the driver, so I normally don't get left at Walmart. But I do have. There's been occasions because my mom's getting up there and she does. She likes me to chauffeur her around, and I'll drive her up, and drop her off at the doors and stuff, and she goes in and she does whatever she needs to do, and then I just come in, grab a cart, and head straight back. And I'll be going through a dump bin, and then she'll come back and she'll be like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
"Do I have what do I have?" I'm like, "Got 20." She goes, "All right, I'm gonna go grocery shop, and I'll see you. I'll come back." Or she'll just whatever. Just call me when you're done, and I'll tell you where I'm at, kind of thing. So it happens quite frequently.
But they understand,
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Now, Robin's left me a few times in the toy aisle. She goes, "Did you get your disappointment yet?" I'm like, "Yes, I got my disappointment. I didn't find anything." James wants to know, do you think they'll ever make a Street Outlaws set or something similar to that?
No, I don't think they will. Actually, I was contacted by some of the guys from Street Outlaws. Actually, Asian, real cool guy, really cool kid.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yes, and we talk every now and then. But they got in touch with me and asked how they could go about doing it, and I said, well, being Street Outlaws and street racing, and Mattel has a big moral background, but I really doubt that they'll do that. They've done Tom Daniel stuff, and they've done Barra stuff, but none of the street racing stuff. Because of course it's dangerous and illegal and blah blah blah. I said, well, why don't you get in touch with the guys at Greenlight? And they did, and that's where all their stuff is,
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I have most of them.
Yeah.
So.
But
and you can go to any of their individual websites and pick it up. So
they, but I Mattel is very politically correct, and they won't, do anything anywhere near anything that has a bad image to it. Not that that those guys have a bad image, but there are people that think they do.
Mm-hmm.
And Mattel doesn't go for that. That's why I have such a kind of an unwritten moral contract. You know what I mean? Everything that I have to do is on the up and up. So, which is okay, because that's me.
Yeah,
so,
it works.
So, what do you think are the chances of the Ferrari license ever coming back?
That is between Ferrari and Mattel. A lot of people have asked about that. Ferrari is very strict with what they do and how they, again, like Mattel, how they want their products displayed or portrayed. Yeah. So, if it is Ferrari red, it better be Ferrari red.
Yep.
Just like what was that one set where the cars had all the lines all over them a while back? Was it X-Ray series or one of them?
The XV Racers?
No, it was. They took like the Mercedes out and they put Corvette in there because it shouldn't have looked like a weird custom paint job. So
the revealers?
No, it was a regular mainline series. But
it's been around like 04, 05.
Yeah, 06, early maybe late. It was 98, 99.
Yeah.
All the cars were like really dark blue, and they had different color lines, pipe.
The web series.
I don't remember what it was.
I think they were like web cars or something.
Whatever it was, the manufacturer did not like.
Yeah.
Their car being portrayed in that way. So
I know which one you're talking about.
But Ferrari is Ferrari, and if it,
they want a Ferrari.
Yeah, but not just that, but they want that color. They want those, those tampos. They want all of that, right? So is there a a yellow Ferrari like that with a big blue 40 on it?
Maybe
somewhere.
I don't know. I just thought it was cool.
Well, we do, but that's the thing. Us here in the U.S. To us, it's just a cool car, but over there, to them, it's
pride.
It's
most definitely.
So you can't deface a Ferrari, or
No.
you can't deface a Lamborghini. You know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I get it. It's a pride and craftsmanship type thing.
Oh yeah,
So.
yeah.
It's their
But
brand too.
if it's part of the deal, part of the licensing, it has to be.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Okay.
who knows?
Gassers or Silverados are sitting in the store. Do you snag them all for Walker, or you leave something behind?
I do not. The only time I will go out and find stuff for Walker is when we're at an event. By the time I snag them in a store and pay the tax and the shipping, it's really not beneficial to do that. And actually, I don't snag a bunch of stuff anyway. I'll buy, one or two for myself, and then leave the rest. I'm that guy that in the dump bin, I will find all the regular treasure hunts or whatever, and I'll hang them all up on the thing. So whenever you walk up there, you'll see 10 of the treasure hunts just hanging there, and I'll walk away. I don't care.
I've done that quite a few times.
Yeah. So
that's a running joke with some of us.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
yeah.
I've been at like Kmart days, and how some people get at Kmart days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'll get the extra case or even my case, and I'll be a super treasure hunt in there, and there's some little kid, and some guys complain, I didn't get no super, blah blah blah, and there's a little kid has no idea what's going on, and I'll say, here, this, take this home, you play with it if you want, but it's a super treasure hunt, and it's really special.
And
the guy's head explodes.
Oh yeah, it's like
most definitely.
Yeah, this is fun, man. It's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to want to tear somebody's head off.
No.
Over a car. So,
have you ever been to the Japan convention, and would you like to go?
Walker has gone, and he's been telling me that I'm going to go with him one of these days. No, I've never been. I would like to. We're going to run into the food thing again. Because I don't know. I mean, I just can't go to somewhere and find normal food to eat. So, I mean, I like chicken fried rice. How many days can I eat chicken fried rice?
Well, they make different kinds of stuff. I mean,
I know. And he tells me all the time. He tells me about all this great Asian food. Well, when we go to LA and I'm with Henry Yamada, the first thing he does is take us to all these really real Asian restaurants,
Nice.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to do that.
But there's times that we barely make it back to the hotel in time. So
yeah,
that's good. When you're on a timeline, though, that's definitely.
I don't mean that. I'm talking about finding a bathroom. Because
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And if you ever see me running through the hallway, all right,
Try to stop you for an autograph.
don't do that. We just got back from Asian restaurant, so.
Gotcha.
Well,
Gotcha.
Walker, he's got a lot of great stories about that. So.
That means that hole in the wall that we found in Sioux City must have been pretty darn good.
There was a hot dog place too across from the hotel.
Yep.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't bad either.
That Mexican place that we went to though, that was I don't know
Juanita's.
what was there.
Juanita's.
It was fantastic. That was probably the best burrito I ever had, man. That was amazing.
That was good. We ended up going there a couple of times actually.
Yeah, every time we're normally up in that area, that's where we end up. So
that's our hangout.
Yep.
Okay, Corey Spencer wants to know what's the coolest museum you've ever seen.
Museum as in like Hot Wheel museum, or I mean
Hot Wheels, car, Peterson, National Archives.
I go to Myrtle Beach, and they have a muscle car museum down there. Superbirds and a lot of Hemi cars, 409 cars. That's one of the really coolest muscle car museum I've ever been to. The one in Myrtle Beach. It's the Yesteryear
Okay.
Auto Museum. And excuse me. But yeah, we went to the NASCAR museum.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did that too.
That was
that was fun.
that was okay, just to be there,
Yeah.
and to see some of the really cool cars.
What'd you think of Evernham's shop?
It was amazing, just to be in there and to see all the cars, the real, to one-on-one, seeing them. Then really bummed me out a couple months later to see them all at Barrett Jackson, because he sold most of the really rare stuff at Barrett Jackson. But it was nice to talk with Ray and have him explain the history behind a lot of the cars that were there. There were some cars like the Jerry Cook car. Jerry Cook was from Rome, New York, 10 miles from here. Richie Evans, all those guys, the old modified guys, they were all from here. So to have him have a couple of those cars was really cool, for me to see. And but yeah, he had a lot of really, really nice cars. And that's one of the cool things about what we do when we go places is we get to go to places like Evernham's, so yeah, it was nice.
See, I'd love to go to Leno's.
I've been to Leno's.
Oh.
Actually,
Leno's, Foos, any of those guys.
Believe it or not, that fell right out of my head. Leno's is probably the best museum I have ever been into, which is actually just his collection.
Yeah, it's just his private collection.
Yeah, I have a picture of me standing next to the Blastoline Special.
Yeah, which they call the tank car when they made it. As I can come over here because it's right here.
He's going to get it.
Well, you can't call it the Blastoline Special anymore.
No, you can't?
No, because Jay, that's it.
Yeah, it's a tank car now.
Jay owns it now, and he won't allow it to be called the Blastoline Special.
Ah, okay. Well, that's how long I've known it since when he first bought it, Monster Garage era,
Well, I only know that because Brian Benedict told me when we saw him in Charlotte, I believe, when he brought that out before it was even produced. And I said, "Oh, the Blastoline." He said, "No, you can't call it the Blastoline anymore." So then he told me the whole story. But I think my favorite car in Leno's collection is the Chrysler Turbine.
Oh yeah, the '63.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Three or four. Well, yeah, whatever. But the cool thing about that is has 4 bucket seats.
Nice.
And a tube going between the bucket seats, and between the 2 rear bucket seats is a little ashtray. Okay.
Hold on.
Like this thing.
Yeah. I mean, 2 bucket seats and an ashtray. And
it was the '60s.
Yeah, I mean, ashtrays everywhere. Yeah, it was. But that has to be my favorite car in Leno's collection.
And see, mine would be this one.
Yeah. Well, we all know why.
Well, because it's a Mercedes.
Yeah. Personally, my favorite in that museum has belonged to Johnny Carson. His their family 41 Plymouth.
Oh, okay.
It's still got the 7 county plates on it. Is actually Leno bought it from the guy in Fremont who had it, and then it's now out there. It was here in town in the at our local museum, along with a couple of other things from Carson, and then they took it back out to California, so that's where it's at right now.
Jay is such a cool guy. He makes parts. He's a real car guy.
Yeah,
a real car guy that's got to be rich and famous, But yeah, his collection is his garage is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. I watch his television show just so I can see pieces of his collection and the cars, and
he lets his guys use the garage. Once your work is done, you want to come in after work, you want to come in on a Saturday or Sunday, you can build your race car there, use whatever you want, and yeah, really, really cool guy.
Yeah. So we had another question about Fireballs Museum. Have you ever been to that one?
No, I have not. Every time I go out there, I don't get to do much sightseeing when I go to these events. They bring me out there. They schedule all my time, pretty much all my time. So when I get a little bit of free time, I really can't do much. But when I'm in LA, I'll go to Larry's, hang out with Larry out at his garage, or
almost got there.
Go to his house or whatever. But yeah, I Tim Fireball is a good friend, and he's always telling me, come on, you got to go over here, got to go there. But no, I have not been to his museum yet.
Nice.
He lives next door to Paris Hilton. Did you know that? He's got some really cool stories of Paris Hilton.
That's
cool.
My
Lanta.
That's crazy.
All right, so I got another question. It's kind of related. We talked about which celebrities you would like to meet. What one has been your favorite to actually meet?
Oh, wow. Jeff Foxworthy. When I met him a couple years back, it was just like, I'm walking around looking at stuff. He's walking around looking at stuff. And I go, man, this guy looks familiar, and he's got his kid in tow, and they're just, hey, Dad, look at this and look at that. And it's just cool to meet a celebrity that's a normal car guy, normal person, instead of having an air and, like that. But yeah, he was really cool. Actually, he was talking with Brian Benedict, and I walked up and started messing with Brian Benedict, and I he was there, and it's like, oh, Foxworthy, that's right. And he was like, yeah, how you doing? And I introduced myself, and we took some pictures and stuff, and really, really cool guy. Not like, I'm Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Just normal, cool guy. Now, to me, some people are celebrities. To me, like George Barris, Tom Daniel, Roth, Dennis Roth. So to have Tom Daniel call my house and just, hey, what are you doing? George Barris send me a Christmas card, or call me up on the phone. Those are the really, really cool things.
Winfield.
Actually, I did meet Winfield, but I really haven't had any conversations with him or anything like that. But like I said, guys like Barris, I can call him up anytime, or he would call me.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, to have Barris's phone number in my phone.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to admit that's pretty cool.
And stuff like that, So I've been very lucky to be able to meet a lot of these guys and have them as my friends, But yeah, they're all all normal car guys, and especially sitting down and talking with these guys. Barris always had some really cool stories.
Oh, I bet.
Tom Daniel, all the cool stories.
So Reagan wants to know when you're building your shop, and not Tina's answer, but Audra's answer to that is this: you'll never see him. Tina will never see him.
The shop was supposed to be done like 2 years ago, but the price that I got in September doubled by March, and I had already had the cash set aside, and I said, I'm not going to do that. So we're still waiting to have it done.
And prices are coming down, so hopefully soon.
Yeah. So, but actually, I spent some of that money on overkill anyway.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
What do you do to prepare for nationals?
I have to do my signing sheet. I have to come up with a cool signing sheet, and it's like every time I have to do one better than the time before. So they're always driving me nuts, and I have to, of course, come up with a goofy T-shirt, and depending. I mean, most of the time I fly, so I can't bring anything with me, to sell or trade. But yeah, just getting ready. Getting my seminars ready. I do the insurance seminar. Walker and I have been doing a find the fake seminar.
Okay.
What to look for. Because there's some people out there that are really good at putting stuff back in packages that don't belong there.
Yes, they are.
So, but yeah, just getting my head together, and just making sure that I have everything there for when I get there.
Do you get your steps in beforehand so you can start working up to the 6 or 7 miles a day that you got to walk?
It's like an adrenaline rush.
That's for true.
There's times that I'm home and I can't walk around the block, and my wife and kids will go, "Oh, but if you were at a Hot Wheel convention, you could be walking, 17 hours and up and down the stairs and don't even worry about the elevator." And you're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Robin,
it's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Because I want to look at every room that is there. I want to look at every car that is there. And I only get to do this a few times a year. I can walk down the block anytime. So, but yeah, it's an adrenaline rush. So there, you guys know.
Oh yeah,
that's a conversation that's been had once or twice at my house.
Yeah.
Oh, you can with the Roomba. More importantly, the Roomba's sitting there laying around by the fireplace, and Robin's like, "Well, you could have picked that up. You can't pick that up, but you can find where every single Hot Wheel is in that house."
Yeah. It's like 4:00 in the morning, and Tina's going. She's texting me. Are you coming to bed?
Eventually.
Yeah. Right.
I'll sleep next week. I'm good.
Exactly. I'm here. I'm walking around. I'm talking with everybody. And any time you'll see me and Walker and Brendan and Larry walking down the hall together, and we're just having fun, and it's I have no idea what time it is, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. So if the security comes up and says, "Hey, you guys are making too much noise," we'll just go to the next floor.
Exactly. Well, conga.
Yeah, but the girls, they've been drinking all day, and they're having fun, and to them they're going to bed, and they expect us to go to bed. It's like, nah, ain't happening. Ain't happening.
You go to bed at like 2:00 in the morning, get up at 4, go and get breakfast, and keep going. It's like,
well, yeah, that's the thing. We'll text each other and say, are we going to breakfast? Yeah, what time? 9, maybe.
That's late.
Don't get to bed till 4.
You ain't hanging out with Roy.
Yeah. So,
Roy's normally done with breakfast by like 6:00 in the morning.
No. I'm just getting into bed at 6:00. So I'll get like 3-4 hours of sleep at the most.
No, yeah, easy. It doesn't. You don't get a lot of sleep.
And when I go without Tina, I sometimes forget to eat. So
well, don't. Yeah, I know.
Right? So she'll text me or call me. She said, "Did you eat today?" And I'll go,
"Yeah."
Yeah, I've had that conversation.
I don't know. But when I'm with her, we have to have breakfast, we have to have lunch, we have to have dinner. and some snacks and
medication.
Yeah, but when it's just me, and I'm just going and going and going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got another question for you.
Okay.
Now, I failed because I did not get my package to Mr. Walker on time, so I apologize. But I think you got a package from us this week.
did, and it is right here.
Oh, okay. Did you open it yet?
Kind of. So, are we gonna do this live right here?
Oh, let's do that.
Okay. I have some cute little slippers.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
Okay. Got some slippers. And
there's socks in those slippers too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see. See, that's how crazy my days are.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got these. I got Bigfoot.
Yes, he got Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
I believe he's riding a unicorn. What is that? Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Well, he's riding a unicorn.
We found those in Fort Collins, Colorado, when Parker was graduating. So I was like, "Oh yeah, we're buying those."
I dropped the duck.
Oh, was there a duck in there?
Yeah, where'd he go? There he is.
It doesn't surprise me that there's a duck in there. The ducks have become they're almost like locusts around here. I mean, I've got a super small one that's actually hidden in a car on my walls. And when I have friends over to play pool, because what you can't see is there's a pool table, like literally right on the side of this table.
Yeah.
And I'll make my non-Hot Wheel friends be like, hey, try to find a duck. He's about the size of my thumbnail. And then that makes him sit there and look at all the cars for like 45 minutes.
And while he has his back turned, I flip all the cars around.
I got more Snap-on.
There you go. Gotta have Snap-on socks.
All right.
I've got a pair of those somewhere too.
I got the gray ones from Trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
I wear them all the time. I hope he's not paying monthly for those. 'Cause
Right?
every time the Snap-on guy comes around, he goes, "Hey, awesome. Thank you, guys, very much."
Yeah, not a problem. Just wish we could have got them out, when they were
due. Well, that was my fault.
I was really surprised, when Walker did the whole thing there. Just for you, a whole bunch of bucks. You didn't send me any money.
Yeah, sent you socks.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
We like.
And
I
that
said,
tells
we
you
kinda
that,
failed.
like I said, somebody would have sent it out on time. It would have meant more, but
I kind of failed there.
It means a lot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was definitely a group effort.
Yeah.
He was, he told me, he said there's a box on its way to you, and you can't open it unless you do it live.
Which has got to be a terrifying thing to hear.
With him, yes. Yeah, because you've seen all the stuff that he does, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, what the heck? And then it was all because of the sock with the hole in it, and Jamie Burkhalter circling it and putting the arrows. It was like Alice's Restaurant, with circles and arrows and a picture on the back.
But see, that's when you know it's time to change socks and underwear, when it has holes.
I didn't even know that there was a hole in there. And I still haven't thrown them away, because every now and then I'll put a pair of socks on and go, there's the one with the arrows on it. And
okay, so another serious question here. This is a big debate over in our area. What is the proper direction that cars should be facing when they're loose?
So, like, mine are all showing the passenger side, and
mine all show the driver.
Kent's the driver's side. So, which way do you think they should be?
Well, I'm with Brent.
Yes.
Only because that's how my walls are with the blue cards, because they're all going that way now. But if you look
Some of them are going opposite directions. The older, yeah.
Yeah. See the workhorses.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They all go the other way.
Driver's side. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I believe it's a preference, and this is the way they were in the packages, and in my opinion, this is the way they should be. Now, if I wanted to get, splitting to the hairs, I've got Matchbox over in this case, and they're all going the same direction. So I'd have to technically flip those ones all around. And I just didn't want I didn't want that kind of confusion. So I just left them all going the same way. So
I'm just used to having them, going that way. If you look in my you see the red lines there?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all going that way. And then everything in that, where is it? Where are we going? Can you see the big round thing there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all just facing whichever way they could be. You know?
Whichever way they fit.
Yeah.
Whichever way do they go, George? Whichever way do they go?
So whichever, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's not like the toilet paper thing where it's supposed to,
Yeah,
thing in the front,
Yeah.
So whichever.
there's an actual patent for that.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever way you like.
So my next question is what city would you like nationals to go to that hasn't been before?
And anything on the East Coast, because then I can drive. Like Ohio. This year we're going to drive to Ohio. It's going to be like 8 hours or so.
That's not bad.
And I can bring stuff, packing an empty suitcase when you fly, and then filling that, and then trying to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know how it is. So, I mean, and that's why I fly Southwest because I get 2 suitcases.
Yep.
So, but hopefully Southwest will have their stuff together.
That's kind of what I was worried. When we booked I was trying to find like another airline because this when we booked our flight, it was right around when all the delays and cancellations was going on. I'm like, do we really got to go with Southwest? I mean, I know they got free bags and all.
Well,
but
usually they're pretty rock solid.
Definitely the cheapest way to go. And
most definitely.
I mean, they're usually rock solid. It's not like when you're flying American and they're sending you to 2 different cities or you get stuck in O'Hare.
Yeah.
I mean, that
for like
never
5 hours. That was
never doing that again.
Yeah. That's how we went to Charlotte. And
Atlanta was stuck we got stuck in O'Hare because we direct flighted out to Charlotte and we got stuck at the on the runway for 45 minutes.
Well, that ain't bad. I've seen 2 hours on a runway and just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, well, that was just the line to get into the airport. So
Reagan wants to know, but he already knows this question. I don't. Do you have Hot Wheels in every room of your house?
No. I only have Hot Wheels in this room. In my office upstairs, and the rest I have in storage, which is the loft above the garage, and then the 2 storage rooms on the other side of here. Reagan's seen both of those, but no, the only place I have Hot Wheels is my office and here.
So there's hope for me yet to expand out of this room.
Well,
make an office.
Where's your office?
The entire basement.
There you go. See, my office is upstairs, and I too I've got Hot Wheels in there, but I also have some of my Pop Funkos in there, and I've got I got my Killer Clowns. So, yeah, I've got my Killer Clown stuff in there, and then I've got a 2-foot tall Marvin the Martian, almost 3-foot tall Marvin the Martian. Sorry.
Let's see here. What keeps you driven to stay in the hobby?
I did a TV show called Passion or Obsession. And
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a great show. I don't know. I mean, I'm always looking for. I can't go in any store without looking for Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So it's just a part of my life, part of what I do. People have asked me, if you sold your collection today, would you be able to not go to a store and look for Hot Wheels? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just, I do collect the new stuff. I collect the, like I haven't done a video on the Mopar stuff yet.
Ooh,
Nice.
I've got that.
Got all of those. And of course the stuff that like the Kroger cars. We don't have Kroger here. So I have to get those. And there's a lot of the cool mainline stuff. So I still am after all of that.
Yeah.
And whatever the baggy cars, the blind bags.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm a big fan of those.
Yeah. So it anything that comes out, I'm still into. It still intrigues me. It's still cool stuff. So.
Yep.
Have you ever, or would you ever, set up a table to sell and be a seller?
Oh, when I can, I bring stuff. Like I'm going to be bringing stuff to Ohio and put it all on the bed. I do have a lot of extra stuff that my wife is bugging me to get rid of, but I have to go through them again.
Mm-hmm.
I have many thousands of extras, like blue cards and stuff like that. So,
nice.
Yeah, I do sell stuff here and there.
But yeah, it's not like you're going out every weekend to every show possible, setting up. And
I used to, back in the late 80s, I used to do Matchbox. I used to do Racing Champions. I used to do a lot of NASCAR stuff when White Rose did all the Matchbox NASCAR stuff. I was a big seller, distributor of those. I loved all of the haulers. I still have a complete set of all of those. But yeah, we used to do shows every show that was around within a couple 100 miles. Tina and I would do, and yeah, we would sell like crazy. And then after that, we stopped. Just when I was doing just Hot Wheels.
Nice. So, besides the 2 blue cards that you've kind of already mentioned tonight, and those 2 numbers that you're looking for, and besides 271, kids.
Well, it's 271 and number 12.
Roll Patrol.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that's kind of jumping out at you? Like I need to try to find it at convention this year.
No, not really. I mean, track sets that I don't have. I'm looking at a bunch of the crayon sets.
Oh, okay.
Megaforce. I need some of the Megaforce blister packs. I have the Megaforce track set. I have the Action Command, Stow and Go. I have both of the trash cans, the red line trash cans, the Rumblers and the car one. Yeah, stuff like that. Just the oddities.
Like the McDonald's placemat.
Right.
he got one.
Yeah.
I've got one too. It's framed. It's in the other room.
One of you guys?
No. It was up there in Sioux City, one of the rooms.
The first year you guys were there, we were in our room, and the guy next to us, he was from Illinois.
Yes.
He ran one of the Illinois clubs, and he had like a stack of them.
Yeah, that guy has some really, really cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he gave you a placemat, and I got charged like $10 for it. I was like, man, like, it must be nice to be Mike.
But yeah, stuff like that, actually things that I've never seen before, like the Canadian lunchbox, the Red Line Canadian lunchbox, which is plastic. It's the same as the regular metal one. Let's see, can you?
There it is.
You see them?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right next to the thermos.
Yeah, the bottom one is plastic, and the top one is the metal one.
Nice.
I never knew that they did a plastic one. So, when I see stuff like that. But as far Canadian trains, I'm looking for those.
There you
go. But yeah, there's really not too much that I'm really going crazy over.
Nice.
That's about where I'm at anymore. I've pretty much, and unless another country pops out of another Mercedes, I'm pretty much
right. Yeah, I mean, if I see something that I don't have, yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an older track set or whatever. Unless they want $1 million for it,
Yeah.
I don't go crazy. Somebody was telling me the other today actually was the 57 Chevy track set, and the guy wants like $800 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Trying to think which 57 Chevy.
It's the track set. It's like the loop and the jump.
Oh, okay, yeah.
5 or somewhere around there, but it's not $800 beat up box.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like that 40s Woody that I sent you that was all beat up and stuff, and the guy still wanted like insane money for it. It wasn't even good. And I'm like, no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I have limits that I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, you still got to make the house payment, feed the kids, and everything.
Exactly. Like and I never take money out of the house for Hot Wheels. Any money that I buy Hot Wheels with is extra cheese money.
Yep. Pay your bills first.
Yeah. I've seen people not make the rent payment because they're buying Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
that's definitely not the thing to do.
No.
Okay, so which designer do you like the most or stands out to you, and what car do you like from them?
Oh man, they're all my friends. So I'm not going to say who I like. Which one of your kids do you like the best?
Yeah, there was a couple loaded questions that we knew you weren't going to be able to answer, but we did them anyways.
All those guys are really, really cool. And I keep saying Brendan Matusky is the up and coming Larry Wood. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
He's really cool, great guy, gearhead. We talk all the time, and he, like I said, he's a real. That's the thing about the Hot Wheel designers. They're real car people. They have real cars. They may have different types of cars, but they're all car people. So the stuff that they do is like everybody else. Everybody has their own thing. Julian Coils is a Ford guy. He's got some really super high horsepower Mustangs. Super
nice.
Snake and all that.
Him and Wiggins will get along.
Oh yeah, they do. And Brennan is a GM guy. He builds his own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He did the Firebird. He did the 55.
Yeah, and I can't remember what he's building now, and I hate to say that, but I can't remember what he's building now.
He's doing a 56 for his dad.
Yeah, that's what it was. I said he was building something else, but I couldn't remember what it was.
But they're all Larry sent me a text the other day. He's working on what the heck is it? A Jaguar.
Ooh.
With an LS motor in it, with tubular A arms.
Wow.
I mean, and Larry just turned what, 80?
Yeah.
80 something.
Yeah.
And he's out there, working on cars all the time.
I'm sure
they're, like I said, they're all my friends. They all do different things. They're all into different things. They're all a bunch of cool people. So you really can't pick one guy over the other, because they give so much to the collector community, to Hot Wheels. There's a lot of cars that they design that get shot down, because of, they need to do the JDM stuff and the fantasy stuff and all that.
They have a quota they have to fill.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brennan's done a lot of really cool cars that they probably will never do, but he's out there doing it.
Yeah.
Even Brian Benedict, he's in charge of Matchbox and Hot Wheels, and he designs stuff.
Yeah.
He did the Darth Vader car. They just did his Corvette. But that's another thing too. You would think that since they're designers that they get, hey, let's do my Ford Futura, but they just to get their name on a car is really special.
I bet.
So it's really tough. But all the guys, all the designers, they're cool guys, and I'm just it's nice to have them be my friends.
Yeah.
No, looks like we got somebody else popping in new tonight.
Justin Patrick.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Justin?
Let's see here. How did maybe you already talked about this tonight, but your passion for the hobby, how did that get started?
I'm a car guy. My dad was a body man, so there were always cars in my life. My dad would bring stuff home when I was a little kid. Actually, slot cars. The Ford dealer across the street, like Christmas time, they would have like the new Mustang. When the new Mustang came out, 64 and a half, they had Aurora slot car track for that.
Oh,
when
wow.
the Ford dealer was done with it, gave it to my dad, and he brought it home for me.
Nice.
So I was into slot cars and anything cars, and Matchbox, dinky, model cars, all that kind of stuff. So
Nice.
I mean, I am just a collector, just like everybody else. It's just that my life blew up because of it.
Right.
Writing the books and everything else that have gone along with it, the TV shows and all that. So it was never meant to be what it's become for me. It's a miracle. It's a blessing, and I thank God every day that I'm able to do what I do with the hobby, for the hobby. I would have never been able to do all this without collecting these little toy cars and all the friends that I've made. Just playing with little toy cars.
Yep.
So we got another question here from this Corey Spencer guy from Iowa. He wants to know who are other your custom ranchers that you like besides Walker.
Besides Walker, there are a lot of guys out there that do some really amazing stuff, and names fall right out of my head. I'm getting to that age now where I'm lucky if I can remember my dog's name. But there are so many guys out there that take like you would a real car and take them totally apart, chop up, take the rear fenders off, take the hood off, and then they mold them all back together and make some really, really cool stuff. That's and the paintwork is amazing.
Yes.
I'd like to have some of these guys come and paint my truck.
Yeah,
because they do amazing work.
Kazzy is a guy that just stands out to
Oh
me.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing, and there's guys all over the world. There's the guy that does all the engraving on the
Yes.
on the bus.
Well, he does. He doesn't just do buses. He does everything.
Yeah.
Like
So-
you said it. He'll do it. It's like
Yeah.
I want to have him do a Benz for me.
And well, you better save up, because I heard there's like a grand or two.
Yeah. They're at the time it was about 500, and this was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, there's people that really dedicate their craft to it, and they're just so good.
Yep.
Like we said, just even putting them back in the package,
yeah.
they're really, really good. So, but knowing their names, yeah, I know their names. Can I tell you who they are? No,
Carl from Germany is another one.
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah.
Crowd Customs.
Yeah.
And he's good at everything. I mean, like his artwork, just his drawing.
Well, that's a lot of these guys like Walker are artists.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to draw it before they do it. Me, if I can't weld it, forget it, because I draw stick cars. That's how bad I am.
I'm with you. I am totally with you.
But yeah, there's a lot of guys out there that do some amazing work. With Facebook and Instagram and all that, and I'll just go nuts over the stuff that they make, and it's great. I have a bunch of it in my office that people have sent me, and I have them and in my shelves there.
Nice.
Very cool.
Okay. I only have one more question. So, and then if anybody else has got anything, I don't know how much longer we want to go. We've been at this for 2 hours and 22 minutes. What is your definition of a scalper / collector? I know that's such
scalper collector.
Yeah. I know. It's such a.
It's a dangerous question.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta stand up for
one
a
of the
second.
guys. One of the guys wanted me to ask that.
I don't know. People like people do whatever they can to finance their habit. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So we as toy collectors or car collectors will buy, and I'm not saying me, but collectors in general. They might see something that is going to be a good piece, so they might buy 3 or 4, and then sell them off for a few bucks more, or trade them.
Okay.
But then again, there's guys out there that will go and they will buy every single, and then they can't sell them, and 2 months later you find them all back at Walmart up on the bed.
Yeah.
Brent, not you, the other one, found a some Target Red stuff at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because the guy couldn't sell them, and he, brought them back to Walmart for $1. So
actually lost money because Target's like 2 cents more
probably
expensive
more,
than.
Plus the gas mileage and gas money and all that. But it's like anything else. People the Super Treasure Hunt set. People buy 5 of them and they put them on eBay for 2-3 times as much money.
Mm-hmm.
So what people want to do is what they want to do, and if the other collectors don't buy that stuff,
they go away.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
well, this is kind of how I always look at it. If you want to go out there and buy 5 of, and I'm just going to use this one car in particular. Let's say if you want to buy 5 or 6 of this, right? By all means, buy 5 or 6 of them, because I've got my one, and now you're stuck with dealing with them, with the rest of them, trying to move it. That's kind of how I look at it.
See, that's another thing. If you have the time, people will call me and say, "Hey, will you buy my collection?" One, you guys know I don't sell anything.
Mm-mm.
So if I'm going to buy your collection, I'm going to end up keeping it. And why would I keep all the extra stuff that I already have
Or don't want.
And I don't have the time to go through it all and sell it like a lot of other people do. Okay.
Yeah, because you get time with grandkids.
Yes. And with Overkill.
Exactly. And Tina.
Yeah, and Tina. Ride in Overkill to go get some ice cream.
There you go.
But so I have other people that I call up and say, hey, somebody told me about this collection. Do you want it? So, they will buy it. But yeah, if you got the time to do that, whatever, but yeah, I don't know. It's something that
I get you.
I don't get into, and I don't chastise anybody for it, but people do what they do,
Yeah.
So.
No, I get you. I mean, it's they're not wrong, they're not right. It's just the way it is, and
yeah,
you can either support it or you don't support it, and that's all you can do it.
You can ask anybody who's ever been here, if I have 2 or 3 or something, and they're going, oh, you found that? Come on, you looking for that? Here, what I mean?
Yeah.
And definitely want to help.
Yeah.
And when I was loading these cases behind me, I was finding extras and triples and thirds and things.
Keep going up, because that's more like 5 or 6s.
Just zip it, Peanut.
There's times you forget that you have that.
Yeah, and I sent Kent home with cars. Yeah,
especially with the older stuff, I'll see something and go, do I have that? And I'm not going to let it go by.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I did. And I had I had one of the classic Packards from the Boulevard series, and I have one on my wall, and he's like, oh, I don't have this one. I'm like, well, here. And I didn't realize, and he's like, hey, this one was the Chase, right? I'm like, I don't care.
Yes.
I have the car. That's all I want. I don't want to look at, I'm not going to put it on its side so you can see the signature underneath.
It's not that you paid $100 for it.
Yeah.
And it's not that he's going to take it and sell it for $100.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1 car or $2 car.
It's a gift from Brent. That's why I won't sell.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So if I paid $100 for it or whatever, then but I paid.
Well, yeah.
For it.
If you got the money in it, sometimes you have to get some of it out. And I was shooting pool with my friend Nick Audrey. He managed to add a car to my collection. He added the Barbie Combi to my collection. I didn't have it, and he knew I didn't have it yet. So he took a loose one and he just slid it into one of the pegs. So
there you go.
And it's still in the same spot that he put it. And, I've got customs that Kent made over here and over here. It's just they're my friends' cars. So
that's what it's about. It's friendships and making somebody happy, and to me that's the fun of it. That's the whole thing that keeps me going.
Yep.
And
So the moral of the story is, if you distract Brent, you can sneak stuff into his cases or turn cars around, or things like that.
I really need to get my acrylic on and then lock these things. That'll slow it down.
Yeah.
James Whitver wants to know, how's Little Z and where is he now?
Little Z is with Marcia Walker, and she's the whole brainchild behind Little Z. And
see him here in a couple of weeks.
What's that?
So we'll probably see him here in a few weeks.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be at Ohio. So Marcia always brings him around.
Nice.
Yes, Nick. Yes, I was not quick.
No, he wasn't. Well,
I think we've covered everything tonight.
I think we did.
Good.
I mean, everything got answered. There's nothing left. I mean, we don't need this thing anymore for tonight. We'll set it up for somebody else.
Like I said, I usually talk too much, so.
No.
Nothing wrong with it. It's fun to be able to sit and actually have a conversation where you can just pretty much talk freely, and the fact that there's, that everybody gets to watch this, either live or later, and the replays. It's out there, so it's kind of fun.
It is. That's why I like doing it.
We appreciate you coming on. I know it's always entertaining, and it's like, okay, just talk to me a couple days before, and we'll figure it all out. Yeah, not a problem.
The thing about that is that it's all honest, true stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You don't have to make anything up. It's all real, heartfelt stuff. That's why sometimes I'll get all choked up. I'm sure you guys have seen me get choked up and start to cry or whatever, because I am so passionate about what we do and how much it means to me, and when people come to me and say how much what I've done for them means to them. So it's just great to just sit and talk and have fun.
Yeah, and that's the reason we keep doing it. It's just fun to be able to sit and hang out, and it's fun to be able to have friends all over the world that we all like these stupid little toy cars behind us. It's like
many times, like we do talk with people all over the world,
mm-hmm.
and even if they don't speak our language, we still communicate.
Oh yeah,
on the same level.
This is very true.
We get a whole conversation done without speaking each other's language. And we walk away as friends, we walk away happy, we walk away with a car or whatever. But and we understood each other without understanding each other. So
most definitely.
It's in the eyes. It's that look of understanding that says, "Yep, I know what you mean."
Oh yeah. Or just seeing the car, going,
Yeah.
Oh look, painted bottom. Painted.
Yeah, I just found a painted bottom Mercedes a couple months ago that I was unaware that it existed, and that started another rabbit hole. So
there you go. See.
Now I'm looking at everyone I see in this every time we go to a show. I'm looking at the bases of them all. It's like
you never know. You never know.
Yep, this is a true story. Well, I think we've come to that time in the show.
I think we have.
All right.
We
asked Mike, and he's not a ripper. So I don't know if you want to watch.
I'm ripping Monday fines.
I get tears in my eyes sometimes when I see guys ripping open red lines.
I can't do that. No, I have a threshold, and that's
you were forced to.
I wasn't forced to. They said, "Here, open this red line." I'm like,
well, when we did the thing with the hammer.
Oh
yeah, the Hardy.
Hardy
Invitational thing there. Some of that stuff was so beautiful.
I'm remaking mine for Columbus,
and it's just Brian Benedict wanted that Snoopy so bad.
Oh, that was yes.
Because he's a Snoopy collector.
Yes.
And so
the joy on his face when he got a hold of that. I mean, he was genuinely happy.
Oh yeah. These guys are collectors also. Brian collects stuff, and Julian and Brendan. Everybody collects stuff. They all have cubicles at Mattel in the design center with stuff all around it, and they like stuff just like we do.
Yeah.
And, like I said, they're not only car guys, but they collect and they get to design. They go to work every day and design Hot Wheels,
which would be kind of a sweet job.
Yeah,
kind of fun.
Just a little.
If I had the skills to pull it off, it would be
awesome.
Right.
So,
I'd just like to be the mailroom guy. That'd be fun enough as it is.
Every time I walk around there, I'm just in awe.
I'd just be like,
yeah.
The
stuff
you working on? What you working on?
that you can't talk about.
I know, but still, you get that it's that adrenaline rush of, ooh, man, you just wait, man, you're gonna love this, you know. And
Exactly.
you can't say anything, you know. You
Or
can say
or
stuff
you're
like
walking
that.
and they're going like this, and you can't, you know, they're not letting
Yeah.
you see what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. It's really, really, really cool.
Well, even though you're not a ripper, I'm gonna rip something.
All right, what are you gonna rip, man?
Because you know he's been a part of the conversation all night. I found this one on Monday. It would be the Jay Leno EcoJet.
Oh, there you go.
And I was pretty excited to find this. I've been looking for this one, and I hadn't been able to find it. So I was very happy to see this one. And I only bought one. There was two or three on the pegs, and I only bought one. And then I showed him, Mr. Kent, and so I had to go back on Tuesday, and now I bought one for Kent. So he's got one coming the next time we meet up. So
cool.
That is a
cool.
really pretty blue.
That's a good one to end on.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Kent, you gonna open up anything, man? Or?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking.
Oh, he likes to go big. I just like to go home.
Well, you know, this is yours, Brent.
Oh, I know.
But we're gonna open a convention Silverado. I have to thank Miss Deb for that. She took really good care of us when she went out to LA representing the club and everything. So I've got that for the night.
You know, see, you guys have a lot of loose stuff that you collect. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have more carded than I have loose. Don't let this. I mean, granted, you can only see about 4 rows because of
show him.
Well, I mean, I don't want to take away from what you're doing, but yeah, you figure it goes.
Keep rotating.
No, I can't go any farther than that because that's
yes,
that
you
case
can.
there, and then there's that one, and then there's that one.
You gotta show
there's that one, and then there's that one, and then there's
How did
that
you
one
make
over
those?
there. What's that?
Did you make those?
Yeah, me and my friend Jason built them, and then there's another one over there, and that's
keep going.
No, I'm not going any further than that.
I was
maybe after we end, I'll spin it around for Mike, but I'm not
What
letting
you say, Mike.
I was telling you earlier that when Chris was younger, I made a bunch of those for his bedroom.
Yeah, that's right.
I still got a couple here and there, but yeah, it took me a long time to make them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have 2 more that are not on the wall yet, but we built all 9 of them at the exact same time.
Yeah,
so they're all twins, and they all have the exact same flaws. So it's
Derek's mad at me.
Oh, well, if he's mad, then we can open Woody real quick because I'm curious what's on the other side. Because Woody's on one side, I'm just curious if it's different on the other side, which it is not. It's just
same thing.
It's Woody on both sides, but you wouldn't. Oh, that's cool. You can actually feel all the logos.
Oh, that's not cool.
But I'm a big highway hauler guy, so this one will go up on the wall. So that makes
all righty. Well, I think that's all we've got for tonight.
I think we've talked long enough.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Thanks again for coming on. We will see you in about 25 days.
Yep.
Or so.
Looking forward to it.
We see you all out in the Hot Wheels world. Say hi to each other. Be nice, be kind, and support everybody else.
One another. That's what it's all about. Everybody have fun. You know?
Yep.
All right.
Thanks again, and have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mike, just stay on for a